And you were giving us explanations that more often than not, there are very many factors that contribute us to be in debt that we have no control of. Ama, we have control?
Some we have control of. Like an emergency,
Yes.
we might not really have control of. We can have a bit of control by having an emergency fund.
Yes.
And that's why financial literacy is important, so that guys know what an emergency fund is. Yeah, but it's just that something to cater in times of an emergency. You have something to sort you out.
Yeah.
Right, so that you don't get into debt. Right. So number one reason why we get into loans or debt is emergencies. Number two is poor spending habits or poor planning for your money.
Yeah.
And I was saying at the end of the month, you have no money left. Yeah. So you have more month than money. Okay. So probably you're salaried, you enjoy a salary at the end of every month. And then this month you have spent all your monies and it is only 25th. And you're like, wow, 5 more days to payday. How am I going to survive?
Yes.
Right. So you take up a loan for that. So that's reason number 2, which is poor planning of finances. Right. Number 3 reason why we can get into debt is a good reason actually, which is growth or investing. Yeah. Because and this is where good debt comes in. What you're asking about the difference between good debt and bad debt.
Yeah.
Now, allow me to...
Because we have countries that are constantly living in debt, like ours.
Yes, and many countries are in debt. And I think the other day China forgave some African countries. Yes, but since we are Kenyan, we were not forgiven because we are in a good state. That's good. I think that's a good thing, because that shows there are countries which are doing not too well.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so good debt and bad debt. So good debt is the debt that you're taking for your improvement, for your growth, for investing. Okay. Bad debt is the debt I was talking about. You did not plan well, so you took on something to sustain you until the month ends, until your accountant does something to your account. Another reason why we get into debt.
What to advance?
Yeah, what to advance. Another reason we get into debt is, and yes, I think you had alluded to this before, is just guys trying to, show that I also have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I work for Spicefmke.
Yes, so I have.
You should not think I'm broke.
Yes, I have. You don't know where it's from, but I have it.
And that's real.
It's real out here. Nowadays, with everything going on with social media pressure, with the fear of missing out. Guys are going out. Guys are taking trips. You also want to take a trip to Mombasa. You're like, yeah.
Social media pressure.
Yeah, social media pressure is Also, you want to prove something, prove a point that you can do it. Yeah, so that's another reason why we get into bad debt.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now that is bad debt. Bad debt is debt that you're taking for personal use. All right, for consumption. We call it consumption debt. Uchukue deni ukule KFC.
Okay.
Or any other, as in you.
So we classify
fast food. You get
so we classify bad debt as debt that we genuinely can do without.
Yes, it's debt you can do without.
Okay.
It's debt that is not going to bring money back. So good debt is debt that you've put somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's say in a business.
Yeah.
And this debt is able to pay itself back. You get this debt, this money that you've taken from probably a bank or a SACCO or from the digital lenders, you're putting it somewhere and in hopes that it will give you a higher return than what you actually borrowed.
Yeah.
Now that is good debt.
Yeah.
Yes. For instance, real estate. How do you think all these apartments are coming up in Nairobi? We can bet most of them is debt.
And we have so much real estate in Nairobi that's empty. So is that bad or good debt?
No, that's another different conversation. Right? But you see, there are people who put up real estate using borrowed money. You see, that might be termed as good debt because I'm putting up real estate and then people will live in these units that I put up, and then with the rent they pay, I will be able to pay back the bank. You see, good debt that is able to pay itself back. But if you take on a loan to buy a shoe, to buy a suit, to go for a trip, to buy fast food, this money will not come back. You get? So that is bad debt.
Is a bad debt a loan for a Russia?
Hey,
A wedding? Because we have people getting into debt to pay
there are
for
people
wedding.
do wedding debt, Russia debt. In my books, yes, because it's not going to generate more money.
So we can confidently say that a debt, when it's good, it has to generate money and bring it back.
And be able to pay itself. Are you together? Yes. Easily pay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're going to, struggle paying, or, pay from your salary or pay from someone, borrow to pay again, then that is bad debt. Right?
Before I get into credit card debt, I want to ask the question that more often than not people ask. Umse akidedi, hiyo deni inaisha.
Okay, now here's the thing.
Because, that happens a lot.
There are guys who have such worries, like if my spouse dies and they are in debt, am I obligated to pay the debt?
Because you can't even fix the debt.
Now, here's the thing,
Yeah.
When you're taking on a loan, there are terms and conditions for that loan, right? Of course, if it is a secured loan, that means that it is backed by an asset.
Yes.
Like a car.
Yeah.
A logbook, title, right? So, if you are not able to pay, then that means that the bank will now take the asset and sell it so that it can offset the debt, right? Now, in case someone dies and they have a loan, the banks have something called insurance. Okay, so there is insurance that you actually even pay for when you're taking on a loan, right? Now that comes in handy in such circumstances, right?
Yeah.
Because you cannot force on a debt to someone who did not take it. You get? Yes. Yeah.
So then, okay, let's talk
because the contract is between you and the bank.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then let's talk about credit score.
Okay. Before credit score, let's talk about credit cards. You had mentioned credit cards. Now, credit cards not to be...
And please kindly define for the listener what a credit card is. Because a credit card is not a debit card.
Good. I was actually adding there. Credit card not to be mistaken with a debit card.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So we have a debit card and a credit card. So debit card is your normal ATM card, right? ATM card or a card that is linked to your bank account. Are you together? So that means every time you go to an ATM machine to withdraw money, you will be withdrawing from your account. Anytime you go to a point of payment and you use your card to pay, if you're using a debit card, this money will be coming from your account. All right? Now, a debit card is linked to your account. All right? Now, a credit card is not linked to your account.
No.
It's not. So a credit card, you're actually given a limit by the bank.
Wait, but where is it linked to?
Again, you have, the bank has given you a limit. Wow. Right? So you can use this card up to this
a certain limit.
Yes, a certain limit, depending on, your finances,
Yes.
Yes. So it's not linked. So it's not money you have. It's the bank's money.
But what I'm trying to reconcile is that it's not linked to an account.
Yes, it's not linked to an account.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's not your money. So this money is not put in your account. It's just that you have access to this money by a card.
Yes.
Right? Now, credit cards, they are good and they are bad. All right? Yes, just like we talked about good debt and bad debt. A credit card can come in handy when you don't have access to cash and probably, you have an emergency.
Yes.
Like a hospital bill that you need to settle. and you can settle with a credit card. All right, comes in handy. But now the thing is, if you are one of those people who just go on shopping sprees, retail therapy. Sure, you just swiping. Yes. And it's a credit card now. That is a problem. All right.
Wow.
Yes. First of all, because credit card loans are a bit pricey.
Okay.
Than the normal loans.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're a bit pricey.
So is this why everybody who owns a credit card must always pay attention to their credit card score?
Yes. So if you have a credit card, you always need to pay attention to, first of all, the limit that you have. All right. So that I cannot surpass.
But this is
limit.
money that you don't have.
Yes.
Let's start from
it's money
there.
that you don't have.
So that's so crazy.
Yes. But again,
that's crazy.
But again, the bank has done its analytics and seen you've been banking with us for X number of years. Your account has been the money is coming in. You know, so you are able to pay back. So we can give you a credit card. Yes. So you can't just walk into a bank and get a credit card. No. But you have to have a good history.
Your bank account is relatively active.
Yes, relatively, and that's where the aspect of a credit score comes in. So you have a good credit score. That means you've been taking loans before, and you've been paying these loans in good time. So now that shows the bank that this guy is responsible enough to handle a credit card.
Yeah.
Yes, because they've transacted with us for quite some time.
Yeah.
They've been paying their loans in good time, so we can give them a credit card.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want you to answer this question which every Kenyan asks. So, can I be arrested for debt in Kenya?
No. No, if
deni yangu utanipeleka kwa makarao na nishikwe, because more often than not we've had cases whereby people are in debt.
Okay.
I know you saw the story on Facebook.
Which one?
Where this particular lady began a chama of an amount of money.
Yes.
And now it's like she's the one who's paying the Madenis. But in my mind, I'm thinking, if it is a scam, if it's fake, can she be arrested?
If she was collecting money from the public.
She wasn't alone.
If she was collecting money from the public without authorization from, either a central bank, from an authority, then yes.
She can be arrested.
It's a scam. If she was collecting money without authority,
But
like
people are... You've seen that? Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen. And again,
and I'm like...
And again,
can she be arrested? Because it feels and sounds like debt. It's not debt.
That's not debt. Because I think the story is she was...
it's a chama.
Yes,
guys wachomo in chums. Nini. But it seems and feels like the circular has gone, but now it's like it's not happening. So inasemekana ni kama akona deni ya watu.
Yes, so kama ni hapo akona deni ya watu. So now she can now be arrested because she took on, first of all, if it is multiple and she's taken on a lot of money.
Michael, it was a lot.
I've seen the figures goes to hundreds of thousands. I think now there could be grounds for arrest.
Okay.
Because she has collected money from the public. Again, is it friends?
Facebook.
Is it friends or family?
Facebook.
So it's
social
the public.
media.
So it's the public.
Yeah.
So I think then there is grounds to arrest her if such a law exists. But I think such a law exists where you can't just go to the public and start taking their money. No, you need authorization, you need regulation. And that's why financial literacy is important. Why? Because even when you are investing, when you are putting your money somewhere, this place needs to be regulated so that when things go south...
For the purpose of accountability.
Yes, when things go south, you have someone to ask. Now, who will you ask when someone in a chama that you got in Facebook disappeared with money?
Okay. I'll tell you something, Michael.
Yeah.
There's a person who owes me money. And this money is about, today's the 30th of August 2022. I can date it about 17, 16.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total amount of probably 35K. In the structure of when and how he owes me money was damages. So anafaa kuzilipia na amekuwa akizilipia but akasahau. So mi naita deni ama si deni?
Ni deni. Okay, damage. Okay, you see now.
So can he be arrested for that debt?
I think now we might be digressing.
Okay.
Because damages, like in terms of was there property they damaged?
Yes.
Did you have like an agreement with the cops?
Yes.
Yes. Now,
Yes.
if there
Everything is in paper.
now if there
Yes.
now if there is that, then you can now go to the authorities and tell them, hey, by the way, you remember we had an agreement with this guy, he was supposed to pay me, he hasn't paid me.
Yeah.
Now there you can go with the cops.
So where there's no agreement.
Spice.